Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Are you comfortable there?
I am.
Well, in this speaking test, I'm going to ask you some questions, and this speaking will be recorded for marking purposes. Is that okay with you?
It is.
Right. This is the speaking test. The candidate's name is Sukhdev Singh. Candidate's number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 18th of June. The examiner's name is Singh. The examiner's number is 969696. Okay, let's begin.
Yes.
What is your full name?
I am Sukhdev Singh, sir.
What can I call you?
Please call me Sukhdev.
Where are you from?
I come from a small yet magnificent city called Sriganganagar, which is located in the state Rajasthan in India.
Can I see your ID, please?
Of course, sir. Here you go.
Okay. Let's begin. Okay, in this part of the speaking, I would like to ask you some questions regarding some general topics,
Sure, sir.
and I want you to give me a straight answer.
No problem.
First of all, are you a student or do you do any work?
Professionally, I am a student. I have just completed my bachelor's in commerce.
And what do you want to do in the future?
I'm ambitious to complete my master's from any renowned universities of Australia.
All right, let's talk about rain.
Sure, sir.
Do you like rain?
Who doesn't? I would say rain is my first love. The way it gives us relief and escape from the scorching and torturous heat of the sun is just amazing. Plus, the weather goes really pleasant and every dweller of my city enjoys it all.
Does it rain much in your country?
I'm pretty opinionated with that, as it depends from the region to region. The places like Rajasthan, it remains so dry as desert. However, if you go to the east or in the north, you would say these places experience quite a lot of rain that cause floods sometimes. So it depends from places to places.
Tell me, would you like to live in a dry or a wet place?
I never gave it a thought. Yet if I have to come up with one option, I would say I'm pretty biased towards the dry. The reason it doesn't intervene into our daily activities. I can carry out anything that I really want to do. I can follow my passion, that is playing sports, especially the outdoor sports, which is only possible if it is dry. So dry it is.
Okay. What do you like to do when it rains?
There are a bunch of things. People in my city, they do the identical thing whenever it's cold. Like they go for fritters with a cup of tea. That's a deadly combination. However, I love to go for a small distance bike riding so that I can feel the raindrops on my face.
Okay. All right, that's the end of the part one. Let's move to the second part.
Sure, sir.
In this part, I would like to give you a topic, and you should talk about this for from 1 to 2 minutes. But before you start, you will have 60 seconds to prepare for this topic.
Sure, sir.
Here's the pen and the paper, and this is today's topic.
Okay.
The topic is describe an idea of a perfect home, where this place would be, what it would look like, when you would like to live there, and finally explain why it is ideal to you. Now you have 1 minute to prepare. Okay. Ready?
Yes, I am.
Let's start.
For a start, regarding an idea of a perfect home, I've been long ambitious to have a cottage inspired from the 80s British structure. I still vividly recall that it so happened almost 2 years ago when I saw a painting hung on the wall of my uncle's home. It was a big cottage which was surrounded with trees all around. Just behind the tree there was a big glacier and its peak was shining like a diamond. In front of their house there was an angel sculptured oval fountain and it looked so marvelous. Just on the right of that cottage there was a small canal. In between a small boat was tied to either side while a couple was seated in there holding an umbrella. It felt like they were sharing some love moments. Just beside that road, some ducks were floating, and the shores, the banks of that canal were decorated with exotic flowers. It looked so appealing that I decided that one day I'm going to have a home like that. So the place I have selected that is going to be located on a mountain, just like it was in the painting. And it will take almost 10 years from now, as it will require huge money to build such a house. I'm going to earn some, and if still I feel short of some money, I would like to take some loan from the bank. I would say this is going to be an ideal house because I am a great enthusiast of nature. So I think this would have all three aspects, the modern facilities, the ethnic touch from the 80s, and of course some touch of nature. So I think nothing can actually match a house if it is located in such a surrounding. So this is going to be an idea of my perfect home.
Okay, we have been talking about a perfect home. Now I would like to ask you some questions related to this cue card.
Okay.
Tell me, what is the difference between an apartment and a house?
I believe that apartment can be large or small, but the chief identifiers are that there are several units in them. And in apartment, they share so many facilities like parking or the water supply or the conference hall and so on. Whereas the house is an independent building and it doesn't have to share anything.
Okay. What are the advantages of facilities of an apartment?
I think the major advantage of living in an apartment is the safety, as there's always going to be a guard. Okay, so no stranger can actually enter into the unit. Apart from that, there are always going to be some neighbors, and the proximity is quite close rather than the neighbors in independent colony where the independent houses are. Plus, the supplies never stop just because there is one person responsible for this, which is unlikely to the home. So I think the comfort and the safety are the chief benefits of living in one.
Okay. Tell me, do most Indian people live in apartments or house?
This is a lovely question. I must say that it really depends. If there is a metropolitan city where there is a problem of land scarcity, people are unable to afford such an expensive land that can cost them a fortune. So they buy some cheap apartment. Whereas in the city or countryside area or small cities and towns, where there's no such problem, so people would like to live in their own house and an independent house.
Do young people live with their parents in your country?
Yes, they do. Actually, our relation between an Indian parents and their children is such that we consider that till the age of 18, a son or a daughter is the responsibility of the parents, and afterwards, the parents are the responsibility of the kids. So this cycle goes on, and we families live together until the last breath we go into this earth.
Okay. Well, this is the end of speaking test. Thank you.